Thank you for joining us today. What we're doing today is a blender showdown. So we have 4 blenders, a Vitamix, I'll go through the stats in just a minute, a Ninja, Foodi, Ultimate,
a Nutribullet, and an Oster.
And we're gonna do the exact same blend in each one with some like fairly normal foods that we blend, but fairly difficult, such as strawberries, spinach, chia seeds, rice, some of the things that tend to be a little sticky in some blenders. We're just gonna give them all a try and see how they do. I'm doing 3 cups of milk, and then we're gonna strain them and show you what stays in the strainer for each one.
Perfect.
I think we start out, what do you think? We start out at the same amount of time.
Same amount of time.
And then
if anything is still too thick or too heavy and not working, we'll try to give it some extra time and see how that works.
See if that helps.
And if it doesn't help, it doesn't help.
Because I really want to prove that it works in all of these. And really, if at the end all that's through, because one of the foods is kind of hard, is like the carrots. My thought is if there's a chunk of carrot but everything else went through, next time just cook the carrots. And if you have that blender, you can still do a blended diet. I want to be able to use a regular blender to make this more accessible for everybody, because not everyone can afford a super expensive Vitamix.
Yeah.
We got this one for $369 refurbished.
Refurbished,
right?
9 years ago.
Yeah, and it's been great. I mean, okay, so stats. The Vitamix, we told you the price where we got it. It is the Vitamix 0102D is the model number that was on it. 4.2 horsepower. I would say any Vitamix would work though.
Yeah,
honestly, they're all so powerful and just wonderful. Blendtechs are great as well, and there is a medical discount program for Blendtech, so get on their website. If you can get your doctor or dietitian to sign a form, if you use it for tube feeding, you can get a substantial discount, going from like $800 to like sometimes $50 or $100. So it's great. The Ninja Foodi Ultimate System, it's 1400 watts. It how much was it? $225?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it has multiple things. It has a single pitcher, it has a food processor, it does all kinds of things. I use it actually all its features. I really like it. But I have not had good luck with tube feeding, so we're gonna give it a try today, but we'll see.
And over here we have the Nutribullet. This is a 1200 watt. It's kind of our main workhorse right now, so this is the one that gets the most workout whenever we do blend days. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that one.
Blended everything in the catalog.
Everything in the blend book has been blended with the Nutribullet, and it was about $79 at Target.
We bought it as a backup emergency blender, and actually
it's now kind of taken over our usual use. And then down here is just a 14 speed. This is only a 450 watt blender. It does have blades at the bottom, but we're checking on this one to see power level, to see if you can go too low on power level, if it's still worth it or not. But yeah, that's about it on that one.
All right, so let's load them up and then we'll start them all at the same time.
All righty.
And hope we don't blow a fuse.
This is the fun part.
Yeah. So chia seeds and strawberries and nuts and dried fruit. They tend to, I'm going to put the recipe in as well. And hard carrots not cooked, raw green beans, cooked rice, cooked chicken.
Chicken thighs.
Yeah.
Which does make a difference.
Milk and pour. There you go.
Okay.
Strawberries you can blend right with the tops on. I saw that on a smoothie website. Makes sense. They said there's extra nutrition in the little tops.
Not yet.
Oh, I need milk. It would not do good without the milk.
No, it would not do good without the milk.
Thank you.
There you go.
Do right. So we're gonna mute after we get them going, huh? Did we set a timer?
I have
got
the stopwatch over here.
So
Let me
how
just pull
long
it back
should
up.
we do for our first?
I'd
Let's do
say
3 minutes.
let's do 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes is a
Okay.
great place to start. And we ready?
Okay. I turned that one on. Have you used that one?
This one, well, should we start it on low? And then move it to high?
No, just start on high.
Start on high? Alrighty. We'll start
I might have to do multiple because I think this times them once for 60 seconds. I
Oh,
might
that's
have to hit
right,
the
yeah.
button. I've got it on the smoothie setting.
Okay.
Okay. But I'll just, if it stops, I'll just start it.
Okay.
And I've got my Vitamix up on 10. And we'll do high on the Nutribullet. So they're all going to be a similar setting.
Okay.
High, high, high.
Okay.
And this one, you're doing which setting? Liquefy, right? There's one.
There's a liquefy,
Yeah,
yes.
do that one, I think.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready?
I think so.
Okay. I think that went really well.
Well,
I was so impressed with that little guy.
that one's looking good.
And I realized this one did better than I thought because I usually never blend this long.
Yeah.
After we're timing ourselves, I'm like, when it hit a minute, I'm like, this is when I would usually pull it off. Like, I think I probably usually blend for like 1 minute.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so the
But
Vitamix.
if 1 minute's all you needed, that's all you're going to blend. So,
Right.
yeah. And then if you go from that blender that takes a minute to this one that takes 3.
But nothing smells hot. Everything's doing
No.
good.
Yeah, everything's
Okay,
good.
so first we're going to strain our Vitamix. I'm going to try to do about the same technique for all of them.
Okay.
Just very little in the strainer. Few little flecks. Definitely still worth straining, I would say. Okay, let me dump this out and then we'll strain
I got it.
the... Oh, thank you. All right, next up, the Ninja.
Didn't pour through as easy as the
It
Vitamix
didn't, it's already
did.
clogging
It's already
just a
clogging
little
the
bit.
strainer a bit.
Which, you know, if you already had a Ninja at home, I would say just try it without the seeds or try it, you know, maybe you can still do a blended diet, but maybe just
Yeah.
alter. But
I
this
think-
video is really for if you're looking to
Yeah.
purchase something. Okay, so quite a bit is in there. I'm going to just let it go a little bit longer.
Okay.
It's going to be in the needs to blend longer pile.
Needs to blend more. All right.
Because it definitely clogged.
All right. So next, we'll check the Nutribullet.
We'll give it a little longer and see. It might still. There we go.
Man, I tell you.
I know that thing. I did not expect that when we first got it. I got it as an emergency and I thought, well, even if we can only do canned food and like really soft things, and then I just kept pushing it and it does everything. It's great.
It's about like the Vitamix.
All right.
Alright. I'm gonna grab that one. Get that one ready.
Do I twist?
Just lift.
Oh, just lift. Okay.
Just lift.
That's making it harder. I am so impressed.
Let's see what this.
so the fine particles.
Fine particles didn't get it.
It's very similar to the Ninja, actually, just with the kind of fibery.
So that still doesn't mean it can't work. It just means that you have to limit which foods go in there. Probably not strawberries with the seeds.
Well,
Probably not the chia.
Yeah.
I mean, this was really the toughest foods for blenders to try to blend in a blended diet.
Let's try it for a little longer before we give up. But
Okay.
We should also do another video with this, with like a simple to blend foods.
Yeah. Like canned green beans
Yeah.
and stuff that's really soft.
Soft things.
Soft
with
things
not a
and see
ton
if
of
it will
fiber, and
tear it
just
up a lot and make it work. Yeah.
But I definitely rate the Nutribullet as blend anything.
Yeah.
And
much.
the vitamix blend anything.
Yeah. I would agree.
Okay.
If you're going to do a blended diet, Nutribullet, Vitamix, Blendtec.
I'm sure there's other, like, 12 to 1400 watt blades at the bottom. The only problem with this, I mean, it makes perfect for smoothies and all that stuff, but for blended diet, you need it just perfect. But I think it's just this style of blade, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful machine. It's a great blender, but
Well, the single use on that,
it does do
is
better.
it still sitting out here?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if we use this to blend something, this
It
does
does
just
it.
fine because the blades are at the bottom and pulls it down and tears it up. But
Yeah, we have used
Yeah.
that before.
we have used this part of that whole system.
Yeah, so I think that's the key. Okay, so we reset a little bit. We're going to give them an extra minute. Do you have your lid? Oh.
Yep, there's the lid. Give
Just to see if it changes.
Yep.
Okay. And we'll mute. Ready? All right, just to make sure that we didn't just cut it short on time. And it just needed a little extra. So now it's blended a total 4 minutes, right?
Yep, 4 minutes total.
And then we've put together a softer blend. So if this doesn't work, I haven't given up on it for blended soup eating, but we'll go with like an easier to blend foods. We did like kind of the most challenging here. We did hard carrots and chia seeds and all that.
Yeah.
If it's just not gonna work. Okay, so I'm going to finish it off in this one. I think I should rinse these out
Probably. Yeah, we'll take a little break after this and then,
before we try our soft blend.
yeah.
I don't know why I did that, but
I don't know
okay. We'll finish them in here and the Nutribullet, and then we'll rinse and come back and do our soft blend.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay. I'm just doing my hand motion for cut.
Okay, we'll cut back in because we still need to test this one on the...
Oh, we didn't. Okay.
We'll cut back in, honey. We're not quite done.
And cut.
And cut. No, we're not. No.
It's always an adventure
Okay.
trying to do a video with
So
you.
we cut back in?
We're on.
Oh, we're on?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's fun. All right, you want to do it?
Sure. Let's test and
Okay.
see how it went through. See if that extra minute gave it any more. Nope, it's still just flopping around.
I think, yeah.
Once you kind of start to see it flop up like that while you're trying to strain,
And you can tell it's just not going through.
it's just not going through too well.
And I've tried with the spatula to kind of like push things through before, and then it'll push through a clog.
It will. It'll push through something through this strainer, and then it'll go through, and you
It's
got a
annoying. Yeah.
So let's just finish this one off in the Nutribullet then.
So if you're getting way too much and like sludge like this, it's just not a powerful enough blender. It's just not quite for tube feeding. Okay, I'm gonna rinse these,
Okay.
and then we can try our soft blend. Okay, so we had deemed that these didn't quite work for the other blend that we had, so we decided to redo it all with soft foods and see how it goes. So I have a tortilla, a banana, some canned green beans, tuna, salt, olive oil, and milk.
That's it.
I
Yeah.
got a fruit, veg, meat. I think I got all the food groups.
Fat, salt,
Yep.
grain. All right.
So we're gonna give it another go and just see. in for you.
Go for it.
Okay. Can you toss that for me?
Sure. Ready?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So we're gonna do 3 minutes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
That should be plenty.
3 minutes and
It
let's.
didn't really change much between
Nope,
3
it
and 4
really
last
didn't.
time. It was either gonna do it or it wasn't. Are you ready?
Yep.
Oh, milk.
Oh.
That would not go well.
No.
We almost did that last time too.
Almost. Yeah.
I'm just so excited to start.
I just want to see if this one will do it.
I think it will.
I
I
can't
really
believe
do.
it did that good with all those harder to blend foods.
It was close. There we go.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. There's 3 minutes
Okay.
with the softer foods.
I think
You're
you're gonna do it.
I think it might actually work.
I'm feeling good about this. And there's still lots of nutritious foods you can do that are
Mhm.
softer.
Yeah.
You could blend anything with tofu,
Mm-hmm.
canned meats. There's canned salmon, canned chicken, canned
Probably a lot of the canned stuff.
tuna.
Because when it's canned, it's going to be softer.
I would even try just regular fish fillets like salmon and
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You
They're
can probably get
softer.
away with that. Yeah.
Would you hold for me? Thank you.
Oh, look at that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you could do all variety of canned fruits. There's tons of
Mm-hmm.
them. Peaches.
Peaches, pears, all that stuff
Plums.
should just work.
That is a success.
That is.
There's a few tiny little chunks. No big deal. Great.
But that's why
Awesome.
you strain, because the strainer's going to grab them and.
And you could just experiment with like different things that you could blend and be fine. you
Yeah.
know. We just did all the extreme ones the first time, so it didn't work. But I think this little guy did it.
I don't know. Let's find out. This is the one.
I'm really excited because
yeah.
this. I mean, almost everyone has this old blender in the back of their closet. So
Yeah. Oh my.
it can do it.
It can do it.
That's great. Even if it just got you by until you got a more powerful blender,
Yeah.
or have it as a backup.
That works.
That was perfect.
That
So
was great.
softer foods were fine.
Softer foods were absolutely fine in a 450 watt.
So honestly,
Regular
you could use
blender.
almost any blender to do blended diet.
You could.
You just have to be careful
it
what
would,
you
would just have to,
blend.
watch what you blend.
Yeah, canned veggies. There's a tons of variety
Yeah.
there. If you want it lower salt, just rinse it off.
Yeah.
If you're watching
I-
salt,
I
but
s-
salt is good for you if you're not restricted.
Yeah.
But there's tons of things you could do. Beans would be another good one.
Yeah.
Cooked beans, canned beans.
All that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm
And
excited.
yeah. It's like, hey,
This is great.
even
and I
with
would
the 450,
experiment.
I did not expect to see what just happened there
Yeah.
with that.
Do like a
Yeah.
small blend and just see if you could get away with adding like some cooked spinach. I bet you
Mhm.
could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Worst case, it strains out.
And if it's struggling, it probably just needs more liquid. So either add more water for blending, or add more milk, or
Yeah, that's right.
whatever. Because I mean, we did 3 cups of milk with that.
That was a lot.
Which is a lot,
Hmm.
and that might have actually probably helped it
Mhm.
through all that blending process. But yeah,
I would call that a win.
I would call it a win.
You could also maybe even I just keep
Yeah,
thinking
I
about
know.
this.
It's like
You could also like soak your seeds. I've heard of that.
yeah,
I've never done it because I've never needed to.
yeah.
But if you're going out shopping for a blender, get a Nutribullet or something a little more powerful with the blades at the bottom. I think you're gonna have better luck. But if you have something like this already, I think it works.
It works.
There's a lot you could do with it that is
Yeah.
very healthy and very nutritious.
Mhm.
And I hear people talk sometimes in the forums about like how much nutrition gets left in your strainer. But really, if you think about it, compared to formula,
Mhm.
how much nutrition is lost when they make milk into casein? for
Also,
example?
how much nutrition
Like
is
that's
And how much nutrition is lost when you leave a few bites on the plate?
Right. It's no different. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. This is still going to be so healthy.
Yeah.
And so nutritious, and you could do so many great combinations with just this. I am blown away.
I
really
know.
thought we were going to have a failure.
I thought this was just gonna not even be in the
running at
competition at all, and it did just fine. Just
Yeah.
you got to watch what food you put in.
That's right.
That's great.
Thank
That's
you so
great.
much for
Thank you.
watching.
Hope you enjoyed it.
As much as we did.
Yeah,
obviously.
we had a lot of fun making this video. It was really interesting. It was great.